What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about first aid kits. Now, right here, as you can see, this just looks like a regular bag pouch, which it is. More recently, one of my friends got into an accident and I was unable to respond to that accident with a first aid kit. Luckily, the community was there and people had a first aid kit. So it just straps on to my bike and it's also waterproof. Opening it up, inside it is quite packed. In the front pocket here, we have bandages, small and large, for first aid. Over here, we have a antiseptic solution, which is probably expired. I got most of this from an old first aid kit that we had. Here are some tri-cut bandages as well, try and stop bleeding. So actually I'll put those over there with other bandages. Right here, this massive thing, this is a body fluid barrier kit. So it has latex gloves, face shield, mouth-to-mouth barriers, all these different things. So when you have to do CPR or it's a very bloody situation, you can put those on. Here we have adhesive bandages. And so this one is for your elbow. As you can see, it has this strange type way where you put on, well, I guess I can't really demonstrate, but it would just fold over the flaps and then just like that. Or here, more adhesive bandages. And then these are here. These are adherent pads, 3 of them. Little sterile pads for in case you need to stop bleeding. Back here, this is a dressing. Fits in there pretty well for the most part. Right here, this is a small little sterile bandage. And to go with it, there's a little bit of white tape, white medical tape to be exact. Here's the other adhesive bandage. And then we have a little back compartment. Right over here, this is a trifold, triangular bandage. It'll look like one of those neckerchiefs when you get it out. And you can usually use these for, say, if you need to keep an elbow in a fixed position, you can tie it to your shoulder, and then you can have a strain for it. And then finally, in the back, moleskin. Moleskin, of course, is always useful for if someone got a blister and you're on the trail and you need something to quickly patch it up before that blister pops or just goes. So moleskin's always been useful. We used it in Philmont a few times on the trail. But overall, this is my first aid kit so far for biking. This is a little pocket guide I took from the first aid kit downstairs, as all the medical stuff inside of it. Sadly, I'm not able to fit in this small little case, but this just shows that you can fit a lot in a small compartment. I recommend you always be prepared. And I also recommend you don't buy pre-made first aid kits. A lot of times they're plastic, they're bulky, they don't really have that many first aid kit stuff in them. A lot of times the modern day first aid kit, they're not going to have most of this stuff in them, and they're a lot of times overpriced. I recommend you buy a pouch or some other first aid kits thing. There are, of course, some first aid kits like these bigger metal ones. I don't know what they're from. but they're good for medical supplies. That's where I got all of my stuff from. But you can always buy this all online. So, as always, stay prepared and always be prepared for a medical emergency. That's all on Nature Man.